Learn the art of patience. Apply discipline to your thoughts when they become anxious over the outcome of a goal. Impatience breeds anxiety, fear, discouragement, and failure. Patience creates confidence, decisiveness, and a rational outlook, which eventually leads to success.
There's no such thing as an overnight success. I mean, look at one of everybody's favorite shows, The Game of Thrones. The first book was written in 1996. It didn't make it to HBO until 2011. So that's 15 fucking years that George R.R. Martin was actually an author and was actually writing books, wrote a ton of them before it even actually made it to HBO. And a lot of people look at that and they're like, oh, it was a breakout success. You know, he was an overnight success. Game of Thrones just popped out of nowhere. That's completely false. And I just feel like in the society we live in today, people have that false narrative that they're, hey, I'm gonna write a script, send it to HBO, and it's gonna pop off. I'm gonna make one song, and it's gonna be a hit. Even when you look at your rappers, like Rick Ross used to be signed to Slip and Slide Records, which is the same label that Trick Daddy was on back in the day, you know, probably 10 years before he even popped off as the Rick Ross we know today. You know, he was doing some completely other shit than the whole drug persona that he has now, you know? It's so many examples. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC till he was fucking 56 years old. He had like 1,000 jobs before that, you know? But people look at it and they're like, oh yeah, these people just popped out of nowhere. What I really feel like when we see an overnight success is just the market finally finding that one person that's been like kind of working in obscurity for so long and recognizing their talent. You know, they didn't stop working. If that person would have stopped working, they would have never made it. If you really go back and do the research on most successful people, on average, it was 10 years before their shit really popped off. So, you know, a lot of people, including myself, quit when they do something for a week, for a month, and they're not really seeing the results that they want. For one, it's because they're doing it for the wrong reasons, because they want to get famous. Like I look at why I'm doing this, I do it to educate, motivate, and to inspire, and to provide value to you guys as well, because I know that's me trying to be the best version of myself. Like I know for me, I've always been that guy that people come to for advice and for help. So that's why I set this channel up. That's the main thing, for me to provide value back to you guys. But yeah, of course, I'd be a liar if I didn't say I wanted to reach more people with my channel, with what I'm doing. That would help out, but at the same time, I know I'm not doing it for the fame. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the long haul. And that's why I know I'm gonna be here. You know, I just wish people would get over thinking they can just put something up and then it would pop off, and that's why a lot of people quit that shit. We even look at Gary Vaynerchuk, and people are like, oh, this guy just popped out of nowhere, but he had like worked in his family business since he was about 14 years old. Nobody knew who he was. He just kept grinding that shit out, and then he eventually popped off. Like I can sit here all day and go over examples, man, but it really takes that patience. But it's not just patience, you also gotta have perseverance, determination, and integrity. A lot of people always talk about the perseverance and determination, but they don't talk about the integrity and what it takes to actually do the right thing and to grind and continue to work when nobody's watching, you know? It goes back to those people at work who show up super early, do their job with their head down, you know, not for any recognition, but it's because they have integrity and they take pride in what they do. And eventually those are the people who get ahead. And you'll see people that get mad at them and feel like they didn't deserve what they got. But what those people fail to realize is this person was working behind the scenes all this time trying to better themselves, going through failures and setbacks before their shit really popped off. Before you think about starting something, think about the amount of time it's gonna take for you really to pop off and to capture some market share. Like I said, on average, that's 10 years before you even begin to gain traction. So you gotta go into it for the right reasons, man. You gotta go into it to change lives and to actually influence people, not for the money or for the fame. When you look at most successful people, they're fucking depressed because they can't even go to the grocery store with their family. Like, I don't want the fame. I just wanna provide value to as many people as I can, and I'll be happy. But you gotta realize, you gotta be in this shit for the long haul. There's no such thing as instant success. Yeah, you have lucky lottery winners, but most of those motherfuckers go broke because they don't know how to manage money. They hadn't made money and lost it, like a lot of people have that eventually are quote unquote rich and successful. So they hadn't had to practice of that shit, they end up going broke. So, you know, I'd rather be in it for the long haul, put in that work and grow what I'm doing. I even thought about in the past of like, oh, should I buy followers? Should I buy views and shit for the channel? Because, you know, I think if I build it up, people are gonna eventually show up like, oh, it's 1,000 views on this video, 1,000 subscribers, so maybe I should subscribe too. But then I go back and think about it, and it's like, that's not even really the people I want watching my shit, because those are followers and I'm trying to associate and help build you up to be a leader. So for the people who do watch this and support it, I really appreciate you guys, and I'm glad and I can take pride in it because I knew I grew this thing organically from zero. I know I can speak to you guys and be like, you're here because you appreciate my message and you appreciate my grind, not because you've seen 1,000 fake followers here before, you know what I mean? But just remember, you're in this shit for the long haul. There's no such thing as overnight success. You gotta have patience, perseverance, and determination.